So say you want to search for some materials on professionalization of medicine in the United States during the 19th century. Perhaps you are writing a research paper or want to update your syllabus. You might go to JSTOR, but let me tell you, that's going to be disappointing. Let's try it. Let's just search for professionalization of medicine 19th century United States, which seems like a reasonable search. Alright, so we get the Agnew Clinic as the first hit, and that looks promising. But what is the top search result? Current scholarship on the art of United States from the Art Bulletin? I don't think that is the most relevant source for our search. Let's scroll down. Next is Bibliography of the History of Medicine of the US and Canada. That's much better, but wait, it's from 1948. That seems a little bit out of date, and 1961 isn't that much better. Next is Chemistry Teachers in Pharmacy Schools. Might be interesting, though again the article is from 1953. What is next? Professionalization of Architecture in the United States. Not what I was looking for. But JSTOR allows us to narrow by subject, so let's just limit to History of Science and Technology. Now the results are improved. The articles on art and architecture are no longer here. We still see the bibliographies of the History of Medicine from before, and the article on chemistry teachers. But the next result is an article about biomedical engineering, which doesn't sound very 19th century to me. Next is an article about 20th century historian of medicine, finally followed by an article on professionalization of medicine, however in Great Britain, not United States, which is what we were searching for. JSTOR is a great resource and might even be a good place to search for more focused queries, but now let's do our search in the ICES CB Explorer database. I will start the search with just professionalization and medicine, because the CB Explorer has facets for time and place that will thus limit the search results to just 19th century and United States, after we do the initial search. So right away, the CB is a curated subject bibliography which includes only sources about history of science and allied fields. Each citation is assigned subjects by the CB bibliographer, which means we don't have to rely on keywords from the citation, which as we saw from the JSTOR search can lead to a lot of false drops, that is, results that are not relevant. And those subjects are divided into facets like time and place, which allow us to do this nice limiting of searches. So what results did we get? They all seem to be pretty relevant to our search. So let's take a look at some of them. They're sorted right now by publication dates, and the newest result is a podcast review of a book. The citation page includes the link to the podcast itself, which is nice. And if we go back, there is a link to the book being reviewed. We can follow this link to the record of the book, which in turn includes links to this and all other reviews of this particular book. And that seems very useful. Okay, let's go back to our search result. Now we have a couple of dissertations, and if we click on one of them, we're taken to a results page with lots of information about this dissertation, including a link to the ProQuest database. So if your institution has a subscription, you can access the full text of this thesis. Our next result is a book. Again, the results page has information about it, and because I am logged into the CB Explorer, the database we are currently searching, and I set my institution as University of Oklahoma, I can click the Find It at OU link and search for the book in my university's library. And that's again nice. The last search result I will look at is a journal article, and again we can link straight from the citation to the article, and depending on your institutional subscriptions, you might be able to access the full text. So here you have it. A search that brings up many irrelevant results on JSTOR can easily be done on the CB Explorer system with human-created entries and links to full text and all that good stuff. JSTOR, of course, is a fantastic resource and it's a proper tool for many searches. And CB Explorer has its own weaknesses. For example, many of the links to the outside sources are currently only available for more recent publications. However, because it's a subject database, it has only materials that are relevant to our field. Each citation is classified by an actual human. I know, we are old school like that. And this makes it possible not just to search by keywords, but by actual subjects, and makes faceted searches possible. So for your history of science searches, remember to use the resource actually developed by historians of science for historians of science. The ICCB is supported by the History of Science Society and the University of Oklahoma. Stephen P. Weldon, bibliographer. This video was prepared and narrated by Sylvester Ratoft.